starts right now.
I'm Christy Kruger.
And I'm Calvin Hughes, and here's a look at the stories making news on this Thursday night.
A pair of smooth criminals pulling off $1 million heist in South Miami. Police say at least 2 men broke into a home while that owner was on vacation for the 4th of July. Surveillance video showing one of those guys first shutting off the house's main breaker, apparently to drain the security system's backup battery. They came back then 2 days later and stole £3,000 a safe filled with high-end watches and lots of jewelry inside too. Detectives believe the crooks knew no one was home because the owner had been posting pictures from her trip on social media.
Well, a prison break triggering an all-out manhunt in Southwest Miami-Dade. Authorities say 37-year-old Jason Rivas escaped from the Dade Correctional Institution this morning. After an intense search, he was eventually captured outside of a Cracker Barrel restaurant off Chrome Avenue. Rivas is currently serving a 40-year sentence for molesting a child. Officials are now working to figure out how he escaped in the first place.
And immigration raids are scheduled to take place this weekend all across the country. ICE agents will be in 10 major cities, including Miami, rounding up some 2,000 people living in the U.S. illegally. The raids will reportedly target those with court-ordered removals under the president's zero-tolerance policy. Family members may also be detained as well. People arrested are at risk of being deported.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying, play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10. Investigators tonight have determined that Miami Dolphins lineman Kendrick Norton caused that crash that left his arm severed. Troopers say he suddenly changed lanes on the Dolphin Expressway, sideswiping another car with his truck. He then crashed into a concrete barrier. The report says drugs or alcohol did not play a role in that crash.
As breaking news happens, we do have you covered both on air and online.
You can always head to our website, local10.com, for more local news coverage and your updates. We'll see you back here on Friday.